Mr. Promise entered his house, and on getting to the parlor, he found everywhere messed up. He stood for a while to think about what his house is turning into, because recently when he is not there to take care of things in the house or to assist the wife with the house chores, nothing will be done as it should. He just realized that getting involved in taking care of the house duty has caused his wife to become a lazy woman. For now, he has no option than to put the parlor in order. Mr. Promise has decided that he will no longer engage in doing the house chores. He took that decision because his reason for engaging in doing the house chores was to show his wife love and to make her understand that he can be there for her in everything, but not to turn her into a lazy woman that he cannot marry as a wife. As Mr. Promise was arranging the parlor, he was thinking about getting a house help. He said, if I get a house help, things might get worse. He was afraid that the attention his wife is supposed to be giving to him might start coming from a house help and not from his wife, and that could be dangerous if the house help is a matured female. Mr. Promise doesn't want to give the devil any room at all to creep into his home. After arranging the parlor, and as he wanted to leave, he took notice of a paper on the center table. When he walked to the table, he saw a note from his wife instructing him to boil yam. The note said, "Please honey, boil yam." This is what got Mr. Promise upset, and he left. He entered the kitchen and saw everywhere untidy, smelling. He became afraid of so many things at the same time. He was afraid he might not be able to eat food cooked by his wife again, because from the way his wife is behaving, if a house help joins them, the wife will stop entering the kitchen again. He left the kitchen and entered the toilet and met the floor littered with rubbish. The washhand basin very dirty and the WC oozing aggressive odor. He could not stay there long. He left and went to the backyard. At the backyard, he met his wife's pan that has been inside the water for 3 days. He picked it up, but the smell was too annoying. He held it for a while, and it was obvious Mr. Promise was controlling his anger at that moment. After some seconds, he dropped the pant and went back inside. The wife came back from wherever she went to that evening. Mr. Promise refused to respond to her greetings because he was angry. The wife touched him, but she refused to reply her. He shifted away from her, and that made her to ignore him and went inside. She entered the kitchen to look for what to eat. She opened the pot, but no food. She couldn't believe it. She said to herself, "Why has my husband not done anything in the house? I could remember I dropped a note for him to help me to cook food. Why is everything in the kitchen empty?" She stood there for some moments thinking of what the problem could be. The husband did not answer her greetings, and he did not do any house chores that day. The yam she asked him to cook is still lying in the kitchen uncooked. Something must be wrong somewhere, she concluded, and that thing she must find out from her husband. She left the kitchen to meet the husband in the parlor. She entered the parlor to talk to the husband, but he refused to respond to her. When she mentioned the note she dropped on the table that he should boil yam, he got upset and responded standing up. He started asking her questions. He asked her to tell him if she has taken him as a house help in his own house. He asked her to tell him why everywhere was unkept since morning. He asked to know why she has decided to become so lazy. The wife got angry too and replied him aggressively. She said, "Have you not been doing the house chores? Why is today's own different?" Mr. Promise told her that that day would be the last day of him touching anything in the house in the name of doing house chores. He told her that her laziness is becoming unbearable to him, and she was shocked and speechless, totally confused. It is obvious that this woman needs someone to talk sense into her. What do you think that we should tell this woman? Please drop your comments so that someone somewhere will learn from that. Thank you. Please help us to pass this information around by sharing this video. Follow us on Facebook and subscribe to our YouTube channel, and make sure you turn on the notification bell for you to get our videos each time we post new videos. See you next Friday. Thank you for your support.